6, I think. Yeah.
I think it's number 6. Okay. So, I think Dale and Xavier might have confused everyone because we usually have twice as many people. That's okay, they might turn up while we're talking. Welcome everyone to Open Mic at Busybird Publishing. As you know, we do a lot of fun things here. We help people publish their books, and we have workshops and classes and lots of fun things. We've actually, Kester's put some of his work up this week while we're waiting for the next exhibition, which will be up in 2 weeks. So it was a bit bare with nothing. So the next exhibition will be Universal Exit, sort of more of a sci-fi type of exhibition. And a whole lot of images from a book that's coming out maybe next year. I was hoping, Rob, that if you had something between 20 and 40,000 words, have a look at that. We have more of the forms up the front. Up the back, actually. So, Marcello, can I start with you? Yes. So, thank you.
Remind me, sculpted eternally in the night of time. Goodbye. The wife. The wife crashes against the rocks, shaped in a millennium. Perhaps one day, not far away, it will become calm, but the signs of its brutal force shall be there forever. Sky and sea. A lot of sadness in me, but it's sometimes, 6 o'clock in the morning and everything's so quiet, so no one around and the sea was flat as anything. Anyway, so I wrote this, and very, very nice. She came in the night like a thief, inviting the intimacy of my bed. Like a black widow, she wrapped her arms around me, burning kiss a deadly poison. Blood's disciple had quenched at last, leaving behind another victim, flying away before sunrise. Years have passed. My body still marked. Ricordo del glorioso passato. Cerca di abbozzare qualche schizzo, ma la tremolante mano non risponde più. Anche lo spirito è stanco. La folla lo guarda come se fosse una belva da circo. Una lacrima solca le smunte gote e la bianca barba. Gli occhi stanchi vogliono ritrovare fra il caos umano un ricordo del perduto amore. Ride la marmaglia crudele. Povero vecchio, coraggio. Prepari dall'imminente arrivo della tua salvatrice morte. Ride ancora la marmaglia alla vista della patetica scena. Una monetina viene lanciata ai piedi dell'artista. Finito. Eppure, un giorno lontano era grande.
Therese is going to read a novel excerpt from A Little Practice. Is that the name of the novel?
That's it, yeah. It's a legal practice.
Cool.
Okay, this is my first crack at adult novel. I've been doing young adult and short stories, so I thought it was time to hit the big time. This is about a young criminal defence lawyer called Sophie Jenkins, and I've been working in Legal Work Chapter 3, where she's actually on her way to meet with Harry Khalil. Okay. Sophie booked a taxi to take her from her Docklands apartment to her office that morning. It was usually only a short tram ride followed by a 10-minute walk, but even a short distance in these shoes might cripple her for the rest of the day. She checked herself over in the mirror one last time before taking the lift down to the foyer of her building to wait for the taxi. By now, her eye was streaming, and in keeping with any decent poke in the eye, it was difficult to open properly, giving Sophie a 10-ounce shoe.
It wasn't budging.
She gave it another toe, but harder this time. There was a dull clicking sound as the shoe came free, but Sophie wasn't sure if it came from the grate or the shoe. She grabbed up both shoes and ran for the shelter of the 7-Eleven just a couple of metres away. Once out of the rain, she scrutinised the little added the AC initials to the centre of the logo as a reminder to his business associates of just how he got to his exalted position in life. Sophie's snowflake form of Tank Cummins, with only his head concealed beneath a jumbo-sized umbrella, was heading towards the door of her office. Sophie hurried to the doorway of the 7-Eleven to stop him before he went all the way upstairs. She took a step outside and pushed her umbrella open in one smooth action. "Mr. Cummins!" Sophie felt her right leg pitch forward. The heel of her shoe.
Can you share with us about your other project that you're working on? Or are you ready to reveal? You are ready to reveal?
Yes.
That would be great.
Sorry. Hello everyone, my name is Bianca Ross. I'm very new at this. This is my first time reading a poem ever. And for the second project that Blaise mentioned, it's my first children's book ever. So, bit of background, I've worked in marketing and advertising, and I've always been interested in kids' nutrition. And I've watched with interest my friends' kids. I don't have any kids as yet. So I invented Herbert Peabody, who's the little farmer, and he lives on a farm that has cows and olive trees and a big vegetable patch. And his niece and nephew come to stay for the school holidays. Very concerned that this is going to be the worst school holidays ever. Then to top it off, his best friend Theo Needalot, who is the town's famous baker, is running into trouble because not enough people grow fruit and vegetables, and he's running out of produce to bake with. So Herbie's faced with the problem to save his bakery and also entertain his niece and nephew over the school holidays. But bit of magic, found that I had written a book, so I'm going to print it off and do a final read through. And I'm self-publishing, so I'm brand new to this world. Oh, thank you. So if anyone has any tips or anything, I'm like a sponge, and I would be very grateful. And yeah, it's just lovely to thank you for inviting me, and Les, thank you for inviting me to come along tonight. And it's so cool. I wrote. I recently went to a 1-year-old birthday party, and 10 out of 16 of us ended up with shocking food poisoning.
I wonder if it's
It was 4 a.m. in the morning, and I was just sitting outside the bathroom, and this poem came on me, and I wrote it down. So I don't know whether I was hallucinating or if it was that bad peanut, but Brunilda the Scary Fairy was written, so I'd like to share it with you. Now, I haven't had Brunilda the Scary Fairy illustrated yet. This is Brunilda. She is a fairy. Not long ago, people thought she was scary. Brunilda was loud, not at all fairy-like, and she rode far too fast on her rusty old bike. She'd flap her wings wildly, causing such a strong breeze that dust would fly everywhere and make people sneeze. One day she decided to go into town. Some children, quick, run away! Wait, called Brunilda, I just want to play. We don't want to play because you are scary. No, I'm not, said Brunilda. I'm just a fairy. As the children ran off, she began to feel sad. I try to be friendly, but things go so bad. She stood all alone, then a lady walked by, and the lady could see that things had gone awry. Hello there, Brunilda, how are you today? I'm feeling sad because I scare people away. That's not true, said the lady. You are friendly and fun. Being a whirlwind doesn't suit everyone. Some people are quiet and some are quite shy. Just be more gentle, it's easy to try. Brunilda nodded and then she smiled. I'll try to be calm and not quite so wild. She thanked the lady and hopped back on her bike and was very determined to be more fairy-like. She stopped at the crossings and smiled and waved. People said, there's Brunilda, she's so well behaved. Then she rode by the man who she sped past. I'll be more careful to ride not so fast. Thank you, he smiled. Brunilda flitted her wings, and the people who saw her said many kind things. There goes Brunilda. She is a fairy. And they smiled and waved because she wasn't scary.
Yeah.
Bill Wakely is going to read some of his
Yes.
latest novel, or yeah?
Your name is?
Bianca.
Bianca. Bianca, you get that illustrated and made available for sale. My grandchildren will love that.
Oh, really?
Of course, it was brilliant.
Oh.
Providing you keep telling it. Marcella, when you said that you wanted to read your last poem in Italian, reminded me, but not so long ago, Annabelle Pratt interviewed the writer of his favourite school. And with that, he proceeded to to say 50 lines of the Iliad in ancient Greek. The people were just amazed. Marcello, Harry Green made the case to the editor-in-chief for the day, save for one contribution, a stop press in the corner of the front page. It read, 16 Potemkin Square, which incidentally is the name of the novel. 16 Potemkin Square, a residential building in central Moscow, housing senior Russian intelligence officers, feeding information to a source ending up with a foreign power. There will be more of the story in later editions. And all of those stories, in fact, all resolved his own handwriting. Harry's own handwriting was all over the stories. As he scanned the paper, he put a headline in the morning paper revealing the news the Australian Prime Minister was a Russian spy. Should be remembered long into the future. The story appeared on page 1. It spilled over to pages 2, 3, and inside pages are still on the other.
Would you like to come on down?
The price is right.
You snuck in, I didn't know you were here.
Yes, sorry.
That's okay. That's fine. How are you?
Hello, everybody. It's been lovely listening to all your poetry and stuff. It's fantastic. I'd like to sing for you tonight, but just before I do, I'd like to explain what I'm going to sing because I'll get very nervous after. But this is just a little poem to explain part of my song. To sing for me is a necessity. It is an essential part of life for me. It soothes my soul. I feel a joy that cannot be had by any other ploy. I need to sing my song to you, to sing and make the words ring true. I have a burning pain inside that only singing can subside. To others it may be different because it's not that much of a problem, but it attacks my voice. That's the main thing that I've been fighting, is that my voice was getting softer, and people with Parkinson's, their voice gets softer. And being a singer, that's really important that I don't lose my voice, so I've been fighting. My song is my life's breath, my song is my joy, but soon this affliction may my voice destroy. But I've stood on the mountain, and I've soared on the song, and I'll keep on soaring, 'cause my memories go on and on. For many years I have been blessed to sing my songs for you. So thank you for listening and for all your graciousness. My song is my life's breath, my song is my joy, but soon this affliction may my voice destroy. But I've stood on the mountain, and I've soared on the song, and I'll keep on soaring as my memories go on and on, as my memories go on and on. Thank you very much.
Would you please do another?
This one's a very different one. This one is just a love song. I want to say thank you for loving me. Thank you. Every day I love you, love you. You came along and stole my heart, and now I never want to part from you.
The lady coming to the lady this, I want to ask her some questions, and I'm sure there's one too. Is that right? Please. Look, can I say, it's quite obvious to me that you've got a sensational voice.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, have you always been involved in singing?
I had, yes, as a child, I listened wherever.
Do you know that they've got shows on like The Voice?
Yes, I'd probably die of fright, I think.
Why? You stood up here tonight.
Yeah, it'd be worse, I think.
Of course.
When I get really nervous, and my Parkinson's make my hands flap, so don't be frightened, I'm going to fly around the room, but it's very disturbing. People see your hands going like this, you know, so...
Please excuse me, I'm sorry, I should have said that. Many people who don't have Parkinson's still get nervous when they stand.
Of course they do, yes, but they just can't see it, you know. I try and hide it. I remember at Christmas time I was singing a song in church, and I thought I was terribly clever because I put my hands in the pockets. And I said to my husband afterwards, "You didn't see my hands shaking, did you?" And he said, "Gay, your whole dress is going."
You were doing a Marilyn Monroe.
It's true.
That's it, I just want to say, I'll shut up now, but I just want to say,
It's very
I'm sorry
nice.
guys, I'll shut up now, but I just want to say, that was magnificent.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad that you did actually sing, Gay. We were talking about Gay's working on a poetry book, and she was telling, and we were looking at that particular poem, and she said maybe one day she will sing at one of these nights. Elaine has a story to read to us. Welcome, Elaine.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, a mother of 5 children and full-on grandmother, forever running around after the kids, which I enjoy doing.
And have you been writing for a while?
Yes, I have. So I started to look for a place in the country. It's written in the first person, but that's not me. I love to travel around the countryside looking for interesting things to paint. And it was on one of these trips that I found the perfect place. It was a little cottage set back in what looked like a few acres. I was noting down the essay on the side of the road. I pulled over and was about to ask her where she was going when she, "Oh, you have seen Janelle." She then told me the story of how she'd been hit by a car and left to die on that lonely stretch of road 3 years ago. She looked closely at the one of her standing on the side of the road. "You have painted her wearing her dead dress, the one they buried her in. It is said that she appears on the anniversary of her death and that she is searching for the driver of the car. They never found the driver, but rumour had it that it was young Matthew Larch, whose car was supposed to
Anyone
be
hasn't
stolen."
already put their name on the mailing list, we have one up there, and we send out a newsletter once a month, which talks about what we do right across Busybird, actually, not just our open mic nights, but also any other competitions and workshops and things like that that we're running. Now, I noticed that Rob has snuck in when I wasn't looking. As I was saying before, Rob's going to be having an exhibition here called Universal Exit. He has actually written a novel called Universal Exit, and he's working on getting that published. And so he actually has a series of images that go with the book, and he's actually printing them up and he's going to have them on the walls. So everyone here is invited to the launch, and there are some cards up on the table.
I feel so much better. I'm not sure I can do it.
Look, you can at least tell us a bit about your project, what you're working on,
Yeah,
your novel, and your images, whatever you like. Just tell people.
sure. What would you like to know?
Tell us how long you've been working on your novel.
Okay, on and off for about 15 years. It's, I believe, through some people that have read some of it, that it's what the genre's science fiction, subgenre magical realism, which I said spiritual or something like that. So it shows my knowledge.
The more you do it,
That's why I have to do this.
yes, the more you do it, the easier you get. And when you read the when you read your work aloud, you get to really hear what the words are.
How crap I sound? Yeah, I already know that.
And it's character building.
People keep telling me that, and I don't feel it building the character. Alright, here we go. I'll give it a shot, eh? Okay. You thought that you created our image simply with your mind, but in reality, we have created you. Your own curious thoughts are the reason why you have recently travelled and reunited with us, while others have not. Every creation finds a way of connecting with its creator. Our guidance was given to nurture your people through evolution, away from negative imagination, and away from a strong alternate influence that has impacted the past people of Earth's human race. Sadly, there are many humans who are like bad army cadets of the strong alternate influence, whose fate has produced destruction in the universe has originated. People have had questions answered, access to information, or their quest for invention has manifested for the human race to evolve and to live in goodwill. Near the centre of creation is the void of creation. The void of creation is where everything that has ever been imagined has been created and exists. We're being cited and kept secret by various government organisations. Contact by us was always made by thought. Travel by thought was possible if beings on Earth understood the connection. Unfortunately, politics developed in science and nothing progressed, again preventing that idea of travel. The boundaries of science within your people are strange. It doesn't exist until it has been proven. That has been the arrogance of some.
You went struck down.
Yes, I was. You're not standing here. I was.
Thank you.
No. Thank you.
I think this is a big thing for a lot of people getting up. I remember the first time, only about 6 years ago, I got up to read a story. My mouth was dry, my knees were knocking, my hands were shaking. You know when your mouth gets dry, it's almost like you can't actually make words. And now, because I've pushed myself to do it, yeah, it gets easier. It does get easier. And you're still alive, Rob. You did very well. Thank you.
Thanks, but
Toilet's out the back, mate.
Sorry?
Toilet's out the back.
Yeah, thanks.
The thing is, if anyone wants to get out into the world and get their work published, you actually have to get used to getting up in front of people. You really have to, because people want to know more about the creator of the work. It's just the way the world is these days. So,
Thanks for telling me that just as I'm about to.
sorry. Tell us a bit about yourself,
Oh, sorry.
There's only teasing you.
Well, I've written a book about 4 road trips I did around Tassie, which came because I'd always wanted to go and see Tassie for some reason. And apart from a very short trip with someone who considered stopping to look at anything unnecessary. Tasmanians have a habit of not mentioning that for a few weeks in July they close everything up and disappear, underground maybe, or into caves. Or as someone suggested, to catch up on shopping in Melbourne. The woman at the cabin park certainly didn't say before booking me in and disappearing to New Zealand. I'm just the caretaker. I'm disappointed about the river cruise, but I've done road trips often enough to know that adversity can be changed to opportunity. My main reason for coming here is to experience the ancient northwest forest, recently named.
Okay, lucky last. We have Wayne and Rob. Yes?
Thank you.
We'll do a song, Under the Milky Way.
Okay.
Yeah? Welcome.
I don't use a mic, that's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need one. I'm loud enough.
Turn on.
I think so. Yeah, that's all. Hello, everybody. What do you,
Do you want to see a little spiel about?
Yes, please.
Oh, what would you say? Two.
Terrible twos.
Yeah, terrible. We're shocking. We're shocking.
we go back, we met each other through the operating theatre. We both at the theatre techs by day and night, I suppose.
Yeah.
And we found out that we had a common interest in the music. And 2 years ago we got together as a duo and started doing some stuff under the name of the Free Rangers. So we decided it was time. Free Rangers, yeah. What are we going to call ourselves?
I don't know. Well, just won't rob tonight, but yeah, we just thought we'd bring ourselves back and.
Eggheads.
Yeah, that's right. Eggheads, something like that.
Is this the comeback?
Yeah, this is
I don't know.
the
It never really got started. But we called
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, really good.
Righto. So this is called Under the Milky Way. Sometimes when this place gets kind of empty, sound of your breath fade with the light. I think about the lover's fascination. Wish I knew what she was looking for. I don't know what she was from. Wish I knew what she was looking for. I don't know what you were from. You choose. Secret corners, all right?
No.
Right? All right. Straight in, or do you want to do
Just cue me on the leg break and when you want.
I'll cut it out. I'll cut it out. I'll try it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, it's a 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, now go, Pat, go, don't you? 7 under the sweat shoes, baby, all the money, honey, you can do anything, pull it off of my blue sweat shoes. Will knock me down, step in my face, slam my name all over the place. Do anything that you want to do, but I'll put it up on shoes and don't you? 7 on the sweat shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay out my straight shoes. Well, it's blue straight shoes. It's blue and blue straight shoes, baby. Blue straight shoes.
Metti in carizza sul sicuro, metti avanti a tutto vapore. Ora arriviamo alla banchina, contentissimo, chi stamattina. Formaggio hai a mangiare, cara la sera, veni lo scuro, pane e formaggio hai a mangiare. Fagioli mia, te voglio arricchire, come un cane, hai a travagliare. Quanta salvezza ora metti in casa. Tira catena, tira He explained to our lady, he said, please at least say my kids, even if I've got to go. And then the storm disappears, and all is left sadness is the lava that's covering it, and the tourists that come in just to enjoy the spectacle. And that bastardized the land, unfortunately.